He cared about people
Yeah.
on a level that I probably haven't seen in too many people. I mean, I'll give you an example. We were driving a Ford Bantam. I don't know if you know what a Bantam is.
Yeah.
Driving a Bantam at night, me and him. Today, we're going to be honoring a legend, a petrolhead, and a patriot. Some of you know him as DJ Warrick, some of us know him as Warrick Stock, and I'm actually joined by another legend, Catherine Grenfell, radio legend. And you know what brings us together is the mutual friendship that we had with Warrick, right?
Absolutely.
And yeah, I just wanted to sit with you and share with everyone the Warrick that we knew.
Yeah.
People saw who he was on TV, on social media, but you and I knew the person himself.
Yes.
And that's what I want to share with everyone, because he was a spectacular guy, Kath.
He was. He was a truly incredible guy. I'll start off by saying how him and I met was at 5FM. I was basically sort of on my way out of 5FM, and they had hired Warrick, and I think that it was like quite a huge decision because he was outspoken.
Risky.
And so it was a really massive decision for them. And there were a few BCCSA complaints that kept on coming in. And so they'd asked me to move from the fresh morning show to the nighttime show. And I was like, okay, cool. Career, like finishing off. And I was like, I have no idea what I'm going to do here with this guy.
Did you know of him?
I knew of him, but I'd never sat down and had like a heart-to-heart conversation, etc. And I remember meeting him for the first time and like chatting to him about where he wanted the show to go. And honestly, like I was like, we are two opposites in the sense that I'm outspoken, but I'm quite like cognizant of people's feelings and what I'm saying, and he just spoke. And it was quite a beautiful friendship that then developed. And I absolutely completely adored him. Within a few days of working with him, I realized that he probably was one of our best radio storytellers that we've ever seen.
He was brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant. I mean, he could tell a story, and also there were so many things that just happened to him
Every
all
day.
the time
Every single
that you
day.
actually felt like, this isn't real, bro.
So
Come on.
here's my thing, right? What shook me, because you got me into 5FM.
Yes,
And that's how I got to know him.
yes,
You would show prep. You were like the producer of the show, right? You'd prep everything, what's going to be spoken about. This is how it's going to go. Everyone else on radio shows up 30 minutes
Yes.
minimum before the show. Warrick would show up 5 minutes before
Yes.
his show. Take your show prep, put it on the side,
yeah.
and just bang the show.
Totally,
That's literally
totally.
what he did.
And I mean, I used to mail it to him. So I think he used to read it, get an idea of what I thought we should be chatting about. But I mean,
But
that
he barely
is,
used it.
yeah, but that is the beauty of that sort of producer-presenter relationship, where we each have each other's backs. We know what the person is about, and to give him that leeway of being like, cool, today we're going to chat about Audis, whatever, and he knew what he needed to say. And it was just a really beautiful time. I mean, yeah, he was just incredible. And the thing was that we were this close-knit three of us, because it was Tumi and Warrick and myself, and we had each other's backs. And I remember being called in, because I was the producer, to be in trouble because
of him.
Because of him.
Yeah.
He'd said something about an ex-president.
I remember that day.
Yeah.
I was there.
And it wasn't even actually that bad.
Yeah, I know.
But they were blowing things out of proportion, and they were like, Kath, because you produced the show, we're going to suspend you.
All of you.
And then he was like, and Warrick was like, no, well, then you've got to suspend all of us. And so we all got suspended. But that's how he was.
Yeah, yeah.
It was all for one
Yeah.
and one for
One for
all.
all.
He was completely that.
He was an amazing person.
And since since his passing, I've just been like thinking about all these memories of how he would come around to my house for dinner, because our relationship then surpassed when I left 5. And it was a crazy time, because I just felt like what was happening at the SABC was not where I needed to be. And I left, and then he was like, I'm leaving. I can't do this without you. And so he left. So that also like put us on this completely different path. And we would have huge conversations about his podcast and what he wanted to do and ideas. And we would sit and brainstorm. But we were like this amazing intertwined
Little
forever duo,
Yeah.
like forever. And I was like scrolling back through all of my messages, and the majority of it is like, my cat, cook a pasta, and I'll come round and we can chat, you know?
Yeah.
And we would eat and talk, and he was just the most incredibly beautiful human, in the fact that he always had your back. I'll quickly tell a story about how I'd mentioned that my younger half brother, was doing a boxing match, and he arrived. Do you know what I mean? Like, and the thing is, he did that for everyone. Where I work now is close by to where he lived, and there's a garage there, and they were chatting about Waras, and he would come in there all the time, and they knew him.
Yeah.
He was that guy.
He was that guy. And, you know, bringing it back to that, his heart, and Audi, actually, we're going to touch on the Audi thing, because he was a huge car nut.
Yes.
He actually owned an RS4,
Okay.
a black one, which
Yes.
was his dream car.
Yeah.
And I got to experience an RS4 and drive it,
Yes.
thanks to him, as a 20-something-year-old at the time. But I saw an interview not even an interview, it was a short little snippet of his sister speaking of him as a person, and she said, Warrick would take the clothes off his back or the shoes off his feet and give them to you.
Totally.
And it triggered a memory, Kath.
Yeah.
There was a night, it was really cold.
Yeah.
Cold night, I'm the only one without a jacket. Standing outside in the parking lot, everyone's jacketed up. I'm literally shivering. It's winter. And Warrick takes off his jacket and he's like, yeah. I'm like, no. He's like, no, wear it, you're cold. And that was Warrick. Put on the jacket. It's actually a funny story, because we then leave and he goes to drop me off. I think we were driving a 325 IS that day, if I'm not mistaken. He always drove all kinds of cars. And he goes to drop me off. And when we get there, he does a donut in the middle of the road. Whack, whack, whack. He's like, get out quickly before the cops come. So I'm thinking, it's like 11 at night. What cops? So I get out, take off the jacket to give it back to him. And literally, as I'm doing that, there they are. But the cool thing about him is that he was never afraid of cops or anyone.
Yeah.
And he speaks to these guys as if like they're friends. And he's like, yeah,
Totally.
no, just showing my son here a good time, whatever the case may be.
You know,
And
that's
off
exactly
he
it.
was.
And he probably like flipped straight into Zulu.
Yeah.
And immediately that, like, you know, he was absolutely just one of those people that you could call. And we used to joke about the fact that if like anything bad happened, he would be the one that I would call.
He would say that all the time.
Totally.
Yeah.
And we did this little radio show. I had an online radio show, and it was called Zulu Hip Hop and Kwaito Explained to the White Girl. And we did this show, and it was just so beautiful. Him and I chatting about our mutual love of music. And that, you know, that is exactly who he was. He would take that shirt off his back. And I think that, you know, he had wanted to make such a massive difference in this city, in this country. And that is what we have to take. We have to be reminded constantly of what he stood for, what he believed in, what he spoke about. He was passionate about it, and we can all learn from that. We can all take that, and we can carry that bit of Warrick throughout our entire existence. And we will remember him forever because of that.
I think to add to that, the caring side, the compassionate side, he cared about people
Yeah.
on a level that I probably haven't seen in too many people. I mean, I'll give you an example. We were driving a Ford Bantam. I don't know if you know what a Bantam is.
Yeah.
Driving a Bantam at night, me and him, and we bump into a random guy that like a young guy, you know, who just wanted to get help from him the one day. And we'd met him. So he's walking, and we bump into this guy, and he stops, Warrick stops. He's like, where are you going? The guy's like, oh, I'm going wherever. It's like, yeah, jump in, I'll take you.
Yeah.
The dude jumps in, and I have to sit in the middle. There's no way to sit, but I sit in the middle. So we take this guy, and, well, I got dropped off first, because that's where we're going. But going back to cops as well, we're sitting at a traffic light. Now it's 3 of us.
Yeah.
It's only meant to be 2, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'm in the middle. And he's busy on the phone at the traffic lights. And off in the distance, I can see that there's a roadblock, the police. And I said to him, listen, we can't take this route because there's a roadblock there. He's like, don't worry about it.
Yeah. Never worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Never.
That was him. And we drove straight into it.
Yeah.
He drove straight into it. I get there and I'm trying to decide, am I going to second gear here or are we stopping? Because I'm controlling the gear lever.
Totally.
And you know what he does? I can see he's not going to stop. So I hitch second and they've already waved us, like, pull us
Yeah.
over. He turns to the cop, he's like, I don't get, which basically means not a chance.
Totally.
And the cop is like, oh, it's you.
Yeah.
And
I don't
that was
think I don't think he's probably ever got fined in his life.
No, I don't think so
anything
either.
because he had this charm and charisma that, like, everyone he looked like this hardcore gangster.
But deep
and
down.
deep down. And I think another beautiful thing is, and this is testimony to that, is how he was with his sons.
He loved his
And
sons.
he, in a world where often men are just not present, he was the most present. And I was also thinking about the fact that if he was like that with me, and all the stories that you've heard, he was like that with you, he was
Everyone.
like that with people on the street,
Everyone.
he was like that with his sons. How did he even get any work done? Because he was just with everyone and
How did
being
he
so
get
kind
time
to
to
everyone.
himself?
That's the thing.
Because whenever you were with him, he was present and it was
Totally.
always a beautiful time.
Yeah.
There was no dull moments with him. There were
Absolutely.
never any dull moments.
Never. It was a movie.
I know.
Every moment with him was a movie. Totally and utterly. And that's what he lived. And it was absolutely incredible. And I just sit here and I think to myself how incredibly grateful I am that we had him in our lives.
That's such a beautiful perspective to have, right?
So amazing.
And
Do you know people go throughout their lives and they never get to meet someone like this dude?
100%. I don't think I've met anyone like
No.
him, to be
And
honest.
we had him in our lives for that moment.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful.
I think, that's the biggest takeaway. I hope everyone gets a sense, or has gotten a sense, of the man himself and who he was. And I think instead of feeling sad, of course we're going to feel sad.
Yeah.
But I think that's the takeaway,
Yeah.
just being grateful
Yes.
that we had him in our lives
Absolutely.
for that time that we had
Yeah.
him. Jeez. Kath,
Thanks,
thank you so
Gugu.
much for the
Thank
time. Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Thank you
And
for asking me.
you
And thank
and
you for the
I-
reminisce.
I know.
And just so that, we didn't even discuss, Gugu was one of my students at Boston Media House.
Yeah.
And now it's amazing to just sit here.
It's
and
coming
chat,
full
and
circle.
it's
So
beautiful.
I was a student of Catherine's, and she put me on in terms of radio. I studied radio, I majored in radio, and
Yeah.
you put me on. You didn't have to do that. I was just a 20-something-year-old, early 20s student, and you did.
I saw the potential. And that's what Warrick did as well.
Warrick probably the same thing, because him and I clicked like a house on
Totally.
fire.
Totally.
It was so crazy.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was
And
beautiful.
I'm glad that happened.
I'm
So,
glad
yeah.
too. Thank you
Yeah.
for facilitating the whole thing.
Absolutely.
Guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope this has blessed you as much as it's blessed us.